Are you trying to tell me that you're still bored after I just made that video about all the things you can do with slime when you're bored? Well, you know what? Me too. I understand. Get your slime, we're doing it again. One of my personal favorite things to do with slime when I'm bored is just knock out a couple of trick shots. It's actually surprisingly easy. Dude Perfect? Call me, please, please. I would not recommend doing this indoors because you're probably gonna get it stuck to something, so please do this outside if you have the ability to. There we go. But honestly, doing trick shots like me, it's pretty dangerous and honestly kind of messy, so let's move on to the next boredom fixer that we have. Slime bubbles. Now, everybody knows that making slime bubbles is extremely entertaining and boredom eradicating, but I'd like to challenge you guys to make an insane amount of slime and then see how big can you get your slime bubble. Starting with a little bit more than a hand-sized amount. You're gonna see how big can we get this. Oh my gosh, really big. I was not expecting this to be that big on the first try. Wow, I guess I am really, really good at this. This is souffle pancakes, which you can get right now at peachybbies.com. And it is one of our best sellers for a multitude of reasons. Number one, it smells amazing. Number two, it makes the most insanely big bubbles I've ever seen. Let's try to make one more with this and then move on to more slime. The trick to doing a really good bubble is having your hands like this. So you can scoop up all the slime and it will make this shape underneath it. Wow, that was not even on purpose. So there is a technique to it. Let's do it together. 3, 2, 1. That was amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm making the biggest slime bubbles I literally have ever made in my life, but this was round 1. We still have the entire bin of souffle pancakes that I want to make a slime bubble out of. Here is an entire bin of unused souffle pancakes. Now this is the most jiggly slime to ever exist. So if you are interested in that, go check it out. But what I'm interested in is slime bubbles. So I'm gonna go from this angle so I can try to get the biggest bubble to go over it, trying to get it to hit the edge of the table over there so it goes all the way over the container. Let's see what happens. I wanna get lots of slime. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of nervous. It was pretty good. These are literally the biggest slime bubbles I have ever created. I guess souffle pancakes is literally the best slime for slime bubbles to ever exist. But if you would like to try this to curb your boredom at home, just make a little bit of clear slime or thick and glossy slime and put it in a bowl and just bubble on bubble on bubble. It will be the best time ever. But the next one, potentially even a better time. I assume that you're aware of the concept of building sculptures out of clay. I feel like that's pretty basic, to be honest. So what about building sculptures out of your slime? Here I have a pristine, gorgeous, and very beautiful snow fizz, and I'm going to make a baby axolotl out of baby axolotl. Oh my gosh, who's ever thought of that? Actually me, because I did this one time. When you're bored, you can really just think outside of the box and entertain yourself. As long as you have your hands and a slime in front of you, you're gonna be just fine. So I'm gonna start off by first sectioning off my building materials. This is gonna be for little details, like his eyes and his nose. And then all of this is going to be used for the body. So I have some deep pink. Apparently this sometimes turns into like a fleshy color. So hopefully this doesn't ruin my slime, but we'll see. Oh, this doesn't look pink at all. Okay, it's getting better. Okay, we gotta trust the process, you guys. Sometimes snow fizz can be a little bit finicky. This is definitely not an axolotl color. We are pivoting the name of this sculpture from baby axolotl to Michael got a sunburn. So this will be based off of our dear friend Michael and what he would look like if he had a little axolotl sunburn. A little extra lobstery, just a little bit. Now that we have all of our pink dyed, it is time to get the little extra details in here. So I have the blackest black paint to ever exist, allegedly. Hopefully this doesn't mess up my snow fizz. I've never used this on snow fizz before. Oh, it's thick. This is surprisingly working pretty well. This looks basically exactly like how the gel dye reacted to this weird version of snow fizz that I have in front of me. It's starting to look a little bit salt and peppery. Actually, I think this is kind of cute. This could be like an artistic choice. Like, it's kind of cool, right? So now we're gonna get started on the fun part of this experiment. I don't know if it's an experiment or not. We're gonna make his little axolotl head. Squish it down in there. here we have our axolotl head. I am now remembering what axolotls look like, and I'm realizing this isn't really what they look like. So we're gonna give him a little mouth. I want this to resemble Michael as much as possible without being terrifying. Okay, we're gonna move on to the body now. A nice round, Michael really, honestly, I don't wanna hurt his feelings, but he looks like a football. And everybody always says that about him, and I don't think it bothers him too much. So we're gonna go for a football shape. I actually own one football signed by somebody who plays with footballs. Sports, looking a little sausagey. Now for 4 little feet. Okay, it is now time to assemble our sculpture. This is the most fun part. I'm gonna take some of the sticky slime back in here, put on the head. Oh, goodness gracious me. That is really scary. And then I'm gonna add his little feet. Oh gosh, Michael. He's smiling so hard. Listen, you guys, if you're making a sculpture, you don't have to make the sculpture look good. Michael, keep your mouth shut, dude. Actually, I'm gonna give him his little eyes real quick because I think it might be too hard to add them after. Give him his cute little Michael eyes. Cute little Michael arms. He's gonna be propping himself up on his knees. Adorable! It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. He does need his little boop. Oh, he's looking like a devil. This is an axolotl, everybody. Just hang in here. If you guys do follow along with this, please comment down below what you decided to make out of your slime sculpture, because I'm looking for new ideas for next time I do this. And there you have it. This is one of the most fun things you could possibly do when you're bored and you have slime available. Make a little friend out of your slime. Let's get Michael's reaction to this. Michael.
Muchísimas gracias. ¿Tengo que ir?
He seemed a little freaked out, but that's just Michael's personality. So this is my sculpture that I made out of slime. I hope you guys also tried to do this. The next one is going to be exciting and exhilarating. Painting. You might be saying to yourself, Erin, you already did this the last time. You're actually wrong. You're actually incorrect. I painted on the canvas of slime, but today I'm painting on the canvas with slime. And also, to add on top of that, this is painting your friends. And if you don't have any friends, go grab a mirror, paint yourself, will overcome. So today I'm thinking I'm going to paint the wonderful, beautiful, smart, funny, incredible, lovely Anna from Peachybbies. So I'm gonna start off with the background. I don't actually know if I need this to be up here yet, but remember it's here, it'll come back later. Anna lives on Earth. On Earth we have some blue sky. One of my pet peeves is when I make the sky too dark. If the sky is too dark, I'm gonna have a horrible day. My perfect day is a very light blue sky. This is actually 100% the perfect color. So we have our very light blue color. Just gonna spread it around. I don't want it to be too thick. And I would like to do sort of like a Van Gogh interpretation of the sky. So maybe it's a slightly windy day. This looks really scary so far. It's like bear claws coming down from the sky. Okay, we have our beautiful windy sky all done. I do want to add a little bit of clouds to this. It's gonna be an artistic interpretation of life, which is beautiful. Instead of just going straight into the grass next, I'm actually going to start off with her hair. Okay, I have my nice brown color. It's not quite the color of her hair, but I'm gonna add more details in as we go. So we're gonna start off up here, the top of her scalp. This is gonna either go super duper well or extremely unbelievably bad. Why didn't I do the face before I did the hair? I'm gonna put the face right here, the hair around it, and then work out from there. Sorry to get your hopes up that you thought I was about to do the hair, but you're gonna have to stick around. We're going in with the face first. I'm gonna try to make a little head that's kind of shaped like a head. This will definitely be the hardest part, the sculpting of the face. Thankfully, I don't really need to do that right now because I'm just putting down the basics. Now, finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm going to again just do the basic outline. This is so funny looking already. Anna has very long, voluminous, and luscious hair. So we're gonna make sure it literally goes off of the canvas just to show that. Stick with me, I'm adding the dye straight to it, it's fine. This is now turning into finger painting with slime, which is also equally as fun. I think that is good for the hair. I mean, her head looks a little wet, but besides that, it looks similar. You know, her hair is lighter at the bottom, darker at the top. I may have accentuated it a little bit more, but artistic expression. Stick with me. I'm gonna add one egg to the sky. That is the sun, if you were wondering. There will be at least one tree behind Anna. It's gonna be a very nice lime-looking tree. I don't wanna spend too much time on the tree, because it's just a background piece. Kind of like cut off on the side of the painting. And a nice little trunk. stem. It's a very complicated and hard process, painting with slime, but I'd like everybody who's following along with me right now to ask yourself, what is the opposite of boredom? Some of you right now are gonna be saying fun. Fun is the opposite of boredom. I think that's probably the most popular answer, but there are other answers. For example, challenge. I am feeling, number one, very challenged. And number two, not at all bored. So if you're doing something hard, just remember, yeah, what you're doing might be hard, but at least you're not bored. Now it is time to add very carefully the rest of our sky in. And remember, it's okay if your sky is multiple different colors, because if you look up, the sky is multiple different colors, especially in a Van Gogh painting. Now it is time for the hardest part. I've already said other parts were the hardest part, but I truly believe that this will be the hardest part. It is the face. The thing that makes this so challenging is that slime melts pretty quickly. Everything seems to be holding into place, so hopefully her face will also decide to do that. This looks terrifying. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna add some little hair. Anna does have eyebrow hair. Oh God. And now that I've added my final touches, here is my portrait of Anna. It looks exactly like her. I'd like to see what Anna herself thinks of my painting. Anna, are you ready to see your masterpiece?
Yes.
Let's get a side by side first. Don't look. Looking pretty identical.
Okay.
Here you go. Look at it.
Wait, that's actually super cool. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. This is really good. I love that it's Van Gogh inspired. It looks a little uncanny, but I'm a fan of it. Okay,
Okay,
let's
3,
squish it.
2, 1.
Whoa, straight for the eyes. Dude, I love the different textures too.
And now you have a new slime that's made of
thank
your
you.
friend. You're welcome. Have fun with that. You know, that was really stressful for me, but you know one thing I didn't think about the entire time I was doing that? How bored I was. Because why? Why? Because I wasn't bored. So mission accomplished. The next one will be even less boring. One of the reasons that you might be bored is because maybe your slime is kind of boring. What if you made your slime yourself, no offense, and you didn't put very much effort into it, no offense, or you got a slime from Peachybbies and you didn't design it yourself, so you didn't have the excitement of designing the slime? Well, here today, you're gonna get that. Starting off with a thick and glossy slime, because I feel like this is a slime that you guys can probably all make from home if you don't already own a Peachybbies slime. Now, thick and glossy is sometimes one of the harder slimes to work with. So we're going right back to that whole challenge idea where we don't want this to be too easy because you might get boredom, and that would be very scary. Okay, now it is time for some brainstorming. We need to think of what to theme this plain, boring, thick and glossy slime. Here I have grape soda scented scent oil. So I know that I definitely want to use that, but I don't want to be basic and boring and just have a grape themed slime. So I'm gonna try to think of something that smells like grape soda, but doesn't exactly look like grape soda, just so we can keep this extremely interesting. Our next challenge is to see if this is going to completely deactivate my slime or if it's going to make it smell like grape soda. Now that we have our slime scented, let me take you through what we as slime chefs have to go through every time we come up with a new slime. Okay, think of every single food you've ever had and how good it tasted and how cute it is. If you can think of a food that tastes really good, chances are it will become a very cute slime. Another thing you could theme your slime after is your favorite animal or your least favorite animal or literally any animal. Usually you pick an animal and an action that the animal is doing, like koala cuddles or baby narwhal bubbles. I don't know if bubbles is an action verb, but it could be. Today I'm definitely gonna go with the sweet route. So I'm thinking maybe something new and never been done before. A lemon and grape twist. You know when you go into a country store and they have those little candies that are like the hard candy lines? Imagine if they had a lemon grape flavored. That would taste so good. So that is what we're doing today. So I always watch these candy making videos on TikTok. I see this one guy, he always makes like candy canes and stuff. It hardens and then he puts it on the table and it cracks and it becomes all of the little pieces. It's really quite mesmerizing if you've never seen it. Right now we're left with this worm. We're gonna go outside of the box here again. I'm gonna squish it all together like this to get it to actually go into the container. And then we'll have this sort of like mixture effect, because when you're working with thick and glossy, it's pretty hard to get it to separate. But honestly, I think that looks pretty sick. So now we have the scent, we have the colors, we still don't have the general theming because this didn't really come out exactly how I expected, which is totally fine. Improvisation. We're gonna need to find some toppings for this. But because I want you guys to follow along at home, and I know you guys probably don't have the luxury of having your own Charmville in your living room, I'm gonna try to look around the warehouse and see if I can find things that you would probably have in your home that you can use as charms. So let's go on a little adventure. Starting off in the content room, I'm sure that we have something in here that is like a household product. Let's go check what Dan has on his desk to see what I could possibly steal from him. This is fan mail that one of you guys sent us. Don't worry, I'm gonna double check with Dan to see if I can use it, but I'm sure that you guys would really appreciate us incorporating your fan mail into one of our slimes, so I don't think it'll be a problem. I also found these little beads that you can make little characters out of, but they kind of look like charms, so I'm gonna use these too. I also found some of these little tiny crystals. I feel like in my house I always had like arts and crafts supplies, so I don't think this is too crazy to assume that somebody might have this in their house. Let's go assemble our slime. Dan is supportive of me putting this bracelet in the slime. Everybody who's gonna say, Erin's so mean, she's putting Dan's bracelet. No, I'm actually going out of my way to include Dan in something very special. We're gonna go ahead and add some of these cute little diamonds on top here. Those actually go really well with the colors of the slime. I'm gonna be honest, I hate the colors of this slime. These are cute though. These little beads are literally the perfect thing to add into your slime. I'm sure that they are very easy to come by, I think. I don't know, I've never actually bought them before. They always just show up. So we have the opportunity to spell out Dan, or what else can we spell with this? DNA, it does kind of look like DNA. Let's add a couple little toppings on top. And there we have it, our DNA themed slime. It doesn't matter if it's ugly because it was so fun to make and I was not bored making it at all. If you guys followed along and made your own slime while I was doing this, please send it to us on Instagram. I would love to see them. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that not a single one of you will ever be bored ever again. And I'll see you next week.